How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
Melasia.Robinson.
I'm Pearl Wells.
Okay. You went to Jamaica? I noticed on your shirt.
Oh, yes, I did. About 4 years ago, I went to Jamaica. And talking about a beautiful place. Oh, my goodness. I can tell you, when I went to Jamaica, everybody works, it seems. So that was amazing. And I brought back so many different spices and whatever they would let me bring back. I had a little girl that was there, and she was selling, and after she sold us all she could sell us, she says, "Well, I'll dance for you if you give me $1." Oh yes, I love Jamaica.
Hey, I need to get there. I love their food.
Oh, so do I. The food is really, really delicious.
Yeah. Is that the only place you've been?
Honey, I've done a lot of cruising. Yeah, one place I went that I would never want to go back because it just wasn't for me. I went to Cancun, and it was one of those years I guess that a lot of young kids go, you know, to party.
Okay.
You know, so spring break or something. And but oh yeah, I love cruises.
Okay, I did too. I actually went to Mexico.
Oh, did you?
I did. I think I was like maybe 11.
Oh,
maybe. That was
right.
nice. I like the food.
Oh.
It's a lot of food on a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
It's really all I remember, but
oh yes, oh honey, I love cruising.
Yes. But let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm actually a student social worker at Winston-Salem State University. So the purpose of this interview is for me to gain some engagement skills. So when I speak to my future clients, you know, I have professional skills. So I really thank you for allowing me to do this. But before we get started, there's a disclosure form that I'm going to have you fill out. It's for confidentiality purposes. So I'm just showing that I won't be talking to anyone about anything that we discussed today.
Okay.
Can you sign at the bottom, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. And your name and address?
Okay, again, my name is Pearl Wells, and my address is 5153 Quitman Trail, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27630.
All righty. Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a retired communications worker. I retired, I would say about, oh gosh, it's been a long time ago. I was actually in my 40s when I retired. I worked for Verizon, and they were offering this package, and they let us out. You know, you were able to add to your time and add to your age in order to be able to get a pension early. So I retired. I must have been like 47, and it wasn't easy, you know, because I'm a young woman, and everybody that I knew, you know, wasn't retired. They were still working.
Right, you retired early.
Yeah, but now I work harder than I did when I was actually working. I take grandkids to school, and I pick them up from the bus stop, and I work for free, my homeowners association. I'm the treasurer, and my husband is the president, so we are working all the time. You know, we're doing things that we can't get other people to do because nobody wants to serve their community, and a lot of people don't really want to work for free. So I am busy all the time. And while doing all of that, I'm battling with depression.
Okay. So how old were you when you were diagnosed with depression?
I must have been about 37 years old when I was first diagnosed with depression.
Okay, so how did it affect your overall life, you know, the quality of your friendships, your career?
It wasn't easy, Malaysia. It was very, very hard. I had 2 daughters, okay? I had a job that I loved very much. I was going to school at night. I had a husband, and it was very, very hard trying to work, excuse me, and juggle that while in a state of depression. I didn't feel like making friends. I had no friends because nobody really wanted to be bothered with my mood swings. I was just busy all the time, and it was hard. It was rough, you know. It was really rough.
Okay. So with it being rough, have you ever had any suicidal thoughts?
Yes. yes. During that time, I did. And now, in hindsight, I look back and I say to myself, how in the world could I have thought about taking my life when I had two beautiful daughters that I loved and adored so very much? But I was just miserable, and I did. And in the midst of all of that, my husband got sick, and I lost my husband. So that just added to my depressions and the suicidal thoughts. But I'm glad I didn't succumb to that one.
Okay. So what are your weaknesses?
Well, one of my weaknesses is I'm very hard on myself. I can have patience for everybody else, but for me, everything has to be perfect. I'll always rethink something that I've done or said, and I could have done this better. I could have said this that way. I think that's my biggest weakness, is that I'm so very hard on myself.
Okay, and what are your strengths?
Well, that thinking that, I always talk to myself, and I'll say to myself, really, I'll have a conversation with myself just like I'm talking to you. I'll be like, self, you got to pull yourself together, snap out of it, and I'll say to myself, you can't do this, and I just do a whole lot of reading, and and I pray, and that my strength. I guess that is my strength. I always tell people the joy of the Lord is my strength.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you said that you talk to yourself. Is that the only coping mechanism that you have to battle with your depression?
Okay, the talking to myself and the praying. I also have friends at this point. Okay, my coping mechanism is I always call a friend, or I also go to that husband, and he'll take me for a drive, and just letting people know. I try to be transparent, and let people know up front, who I am, and I'm not trying to be something that I'm not, and I read, and oh gosh, like I say, I love music, I'll even go for a drive by myself, anything to keep my mind from going into that dark place where it was at that time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a strong support system, you would say?
Yes, now I do. Like I say, I have friends and my church family, my husband, and my daughters. The daughters that I talked about earlier, that I was raising when I was first diagnosed with depression, they're grown.
Okay.
And they are my friends. And this is my biggest support system, is calling one of them. And they are so wise. They're able to tell me, well, actually, I don't have to tell them very much, because they can sense whenever I'm getting ready to go into a little state of depression or whatever. And I can talk to my children, and they pull me right out of it.
Okay, so if I were a social worker, what do you think I could do to assist you?
Oh, gosh, you can give me those pretty glasses you
Oh.
got on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got them from Amazon, actually. They were pretty cheap. Maybe about $8.
Really?
Yeah, I like yours, too.
Well, thank you. Well, here's the deal. I don't go to Amazon. I do eBay.
Okay.
And I wear prescription glasses. But if I don't have my prescription glasses, because I don't need them all the time now. So what I do is I will take those prescription glasses and I put them someplace. And then if I don't have anything on, I'm pulling. Oh. And I'm pulling. And what are you pulling at if it's nothing there?
Right,
so you know what I do? I just get me some cheap glasses from eBay or someplace.
Right.
And this way I don't have to worry about pulling something that's not there.
And they get dirty fast, though, I'm noticing. I was also scared to order them online because I'm not able to try them on first.
Yeah.
But they turned out okay.
I find that they do get dirtier than your regular glasses for some reason. They're harder to keep clean. Oh, yes.
And I'm too afraid to wear them that big.
Oh.
Like I'm good, because they're not for everyone, but they look really good on you, though.
Oh, yes. I love them. But
yes, thank you so much for allowing me to interview with you today. This is really going to help me, with my future clients.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that.
And I wanted to tell you, too, if you were a social worker, I really would like for you to give me resources if there are any resources that you can give me.
Okay.
You know, I'm
okay.
sorry I kind of skipped over
Yeah,
that.
you did.
I got engrossed with your glasses.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. But yeah, if you know of any new resources or anything, when I was going through the problem before, I was in New York. I had a job, so I had good insurance. Here in North Carolina, I don't have the money that I had when I was in New York. And if you know of any resources or anything that could help me with co-pays or anything new that has come up since back in the
Right,
day
okay.
there, you know, if you learn anything new, just let me know. You know, because I'm still going through it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make note of everything that we discussed today, and I'll get back with you.
Okay.
But again, thank you so much for meeting with me. It's nice meeting you.
Oh, nice meeting you, and I wish you well with your
thank
career.
you. Thank you.
Okay, you have a good day
You
now.
too.
All right.